This morning, the Chinese news was talking about Donald Trump's ally was shot. And I was like, who would that be? After I knew it's Charlie Kirk, I was baffled. I'm actually still shocked till this very moment.
I have a genuine question for Americans. Are you okay? How are you? Are you doing well? If you're not feeling mentally good, would you be able to get emotional support?
Hello lovelies, welcome back to today's episode. As the whole world is still talking about the past of Charlie Kirk, this time around let's get to hear how Chinese also they are coming out to talk about it. This incident has confused a lot of people. Let's get to hear them. Drop your opinion in the comment section. Then we'll come back with more commentaries.
Morning, the Chinese news was talking about Donald Trump's ally was shot. And I was like, who would that be? After I knew it's Charlie Kirk, I was baffled. I'm actually still shocked till this very moment. I've been following Charlie Kirk for quite some time. I know he's very controversial and I agree with nothing he was talking about. But from the perspective of a fellow entrepreneur, I really respect what he's been doing. I believe that we need to communicate with each other to eliminate any misunderstandings. And I actually wanted to debate him in real life if I could. I'm not American. Whatever happens in the US has nothing to do with me. But I'm just simply shocked that this kind of thing can happen in the 21st century. I know that some people can get super political, and family and friends, they can say nasty things to each other if they don't agree with each other's political opinions. But at the end of the day, politics are just politics. It's always the same pile of shit. For me, it's just sad to see that America is getting torn apart. Good luck, America.
Obviously, Charlie Kirk was taken out by a pro, but you know what? This kind of thing doesn't necessarily come from the left because honestly, killing a figurehead on the right doesn't really serve the left's interests. It looks more like someone in the shadow deliberately stirring up conflicts between both sides so they can profit from the chaos. And Charlie Kirk ended up as just a sacrifice in that bigger game. Now, I don't want to dive too deep into American politics here because most of the time it's just waste energy, so let's step back for a moment and see Charlie Kirk through another cultural lens. This man's mouth was a weapon, not a tool for love and peace, but often for provoking hate and division. At the end of the day, his message boiled down to this: you kinda hate somebody and you need a reason that sounds justifiable, and that's all. In Chinese culture, we have an old idea called 口德, literally the virtue of speech. It means the words you speak should carry moral responsibility. They should bring a positive influence to the people around you and create a healthy atmosphere in your community. If you are the big influencer and you don't have this virtue of speech, the damage you cause can be enormous. One person repeats your words then 10, then 100 until people take them as truth. And those who can't think critically will start acting on them, hurting others. And over time, the whole community becomes toxic. No one heals division. No one cares about others. Everyone just fights for their own interests. And in the end, it all backfires. That's why practicing virtue of speech is not just good for others, it's good for yourself too. The very first chapter of the I Ching says, a family that accumulates good deeds will always have blessings left over. A family that accumulates evil deeds will always face disaster. That's basically the Chinese version of karma. But in modern times, this survival wisdom has been twisted. People think, oh, saying good things, spreading positivity, that's not freedom, that's censorship. Only spreading negativity is true freedom. And so the word freedom gets abused. Gun control becomes taking away Second Amendment's freedom. Stopping fake news becomes destroying freedom of press. And who pushed this twist concepts here? People like Charlie Kirk. He was a talented debater, no doubt, but he used his skills in the wrong way. Most of his debates were pure sophistry. First, decide the conclusion based on a political stand, then build a fake logical path to get there. In short, conclusion first, reasoning later. This is the common trick of many politicians in America. Debates don't serve the facts, they serve the emotion. A classic example is they claim that disaster relief is something only socialist countries would do. And first, they assume disaster relief is not the government's job. Then they play on people's fear. Socialism is evil, so the audience end up accepting that their justic governments shouldn't help in disaster at all. But the truth is simple. Whether socialist or capitalist governments has the responsibility to help in disaster. Otherwise, why do you guys even pay the tax? Even if governments didn't exist at all, any capable human being should help those in trouble. Otherwise, what right do you have to call yourself human? There's an old saying, facts speak louder than arguments. Reality doesn't bend just because you're good at debating. Charlie Kirk once claimed empathy is just a make-up new age term. But that's not true at all. Empathy is ancient. It has always existed. Over 2,500 years ago, Confucius says, treat others as you wanted to be treated. That's empathy. It's not something up for debate. It's just an objective fact. So, Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. You didn't have empathy, but we do. And now you have met your maker. How will he or she define your life? Did you die for justice or for politics? Or maybe, are you just the spark that will ignite something much, much bigger in the future? I'm curious.
I have a genuine question for Americans. Are you okay? You see, I have a boyfriend who is a Chinese. He just moved to the United States. He's in LA right now. I somehow starting to watch US news. What just happened today is 9/11 though. Sorry for the day. But what happened today, it was traumatized. It was almost like a drama. For this guy, I don't know who he is. Something Kirk, something start with a K, start with a C, I don't know. This guy who supports gun and then got killed by a gun. I don't know. I'm a Chinese. I'm nobody, okay? But I just want to talk. I just want to express something on this topic. I have a question. So, would you really believe that everybody is good? Would you really believe that out of 100 people, there will be 0 who will shoot others? I don't know. Like I feel like I've been to the United States for several times, and it is not really hard to get a gun. I mean, if you do the math, the logic is quite simple. If you got pointed by a gun, it's 0% or 100% that either you're going to be alive or either you're going to get shot. So when you get shot, it's heavily injured or you're dead, right? But if somebody want to fight you with their fist, I mean, it could be light, it could be heavy, but what's the percentage that you're going to get killed by a fist compared to a gun? I don't get it. And then out of 100 people, how many of them will use violence with a fist or a gun? And then this guy says that he supports gun. You're basically saying that you support violence by good intention or bad. I mean, violence is bad anyway. And the second question is, this kind of news is literally out there every day. It's almost like traumatizing drama TV show happening every day in real life. And the whole country is so split up to an extreme situation. That's one. I mean, I don't really mind that if you have your point of view and I have my point of view, but do we not have something in common? And at this point, I don't see what is in common. Is it humanity? Is it the benefit for all people? I don't see the benefit for all people. I see benefit for group A or group B. How are you guys? Because this is so, because if it's for group A or group B, somebody's gonna suffer. And at this day, the suffering is dynamic, is moving. It could be group A, it could be group B, it could be somebody in some time, whatever, unwillingly. Oh my God. My boyfriend on the other day, he told me that he wanted to get McD and it was $20. How are you? Are you doing well? If you're not feeling mentally good, would you be able to get emotional support? I hope you do, because all of them. And I'm pretty sure as a Chinese, the pain that I felt, the complicated emotion that I feel, the confusion that I felt could just be like nearly 1% of how you feel. So I wish y'all doing well, okay? I wish y'all doing well. Guys, oh my God.
I'm a Chinese. Stop your stupid, useless arguments. I don't give a damn about American politics. I only care that a life has been stolen. Because of extremists, a human being is died. Tell me, what on earth is more important than life itself? Nothing. Humanity is greater than nations, greater than politics, greater than money, greater than race, greater than everything. Even here in China, 10,000 kilometers away, my blood boiled when I heard this news. If you have an opinion, speak it, shout it, speak loudly. We can argue, we can debate, but never kill. Debate exists to make life better, not to destroy it. Those who pick up guns and murder are no men. They are ugly, evil demons. And I say this again, I'm Chinese. To my kind friends in America. Chinese people always reach out to the good person of the world. If you ever need help, speak loudly, and China will stand with you, brave and strong.
Charlie Kirk, the victim of gun violence, who supported gun violence himself, claimed that empathy is a made-up new age term which does a lot of damages. As he practiced what he preached, we should also respect his will and not be so wet. A lot of my kind-hearted, sincere Instagram friends are showing condolences, expressing empathy towards this man who has a family. Well, Hitler has a family. I don't think we should show empathy indiscriminately, exactly because these people lack empathy. They tend to dehumanize the other, who has a different framework and understanding of the world. In his sophistries, Charlie Kirk despises minorities, people that are less privileged, women, immigrants, children suffering in wars and famine. And he diagnoses empathy as a kind of modern disease, basically blaming liberal education for turning people into wimpy cowards. But higher education is not just to evoke some instinctive, irrational kind of emotional bond, but also just exposing us to very diverse perspectives, cultures, ways of thinking, discussions about literature, history, invite us to consider experiences beyond our own and to understand the context shaping other people's lives, broadens our capacity for perspective taking. So I really don't feel sorry for Charlie Kirk, because if he were in the audience witnessing his own death, he wouldn't have shown more compassion or understanding.
Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed Wednesday while speaking at Utah Valley University. He was just 31 years old. This happened while he was answering a student's question about mass shootings. A lot of people strongly disagree with Kirk's views, but let's be absolutely clear. No opinions, no ideology, no disagreement ever justifies murder. This was a cowardly, vicious act, and the killer must be punished to the fullest extent of the law. This tragedy is another grim reminder of America's growing crisis of political extremism and violence. In just the past 5 years, political violence has already outpaced the previous 25 years combined. Kirk's assassination will only rip the country further apart. And here's another brutal fact. This was already the 46th school shootings in the US this year. More than 5 every single month. The pattern is undeniable. More division, more extremism, more bloodshed. Gun control is stalled, and carrying out extremist attacks has become frighteningly easy. Question: what can America actually do to stop this cycle and prevent tragedies like this before it's too late?
When you try to see what is really happening about this Charlie Kirk incident, it is something no one ever expected to see, because you can't tell how someone would think to analyze someone, because they have different political belief, they have different thinking. This time around, when we come on this incident, no one deserves to lose their lives in anyhow. You can't tell how this time around. I've seen Utah governor came out to say, after we arrest a suspect, I'm disappointed to see that is one of us. So what do you mean talking about something like this? Why would you think that someone who will be suspected to analyze Charlie Kirk will be coming from another party like Democrats or whatever? What are you trying to say? If you are saying you are disappointed seeing it's among of you, you are just trying to say that you white people, you are good people. There is no anyone would do catch any mother from you. No wonder you are coming out to say that you are disappointed. I don't understand. This incident has caused a lot of misunderstanding. Some people, they are trying to attack black people. I've seen some MAGA people, they are trying to say, we are ready to go in a fight. We are ready to go in a war. We can't stand for it. We'll fight for our rights, our movement. I don't understand. This time around, when someone has lost his life in this way, I think this is the high time people need to come out together, to unite, to look a way to amend these things, because you can't tell how someone will come out to lose his life in this way, and the other people, they are trying to cook it in another way. I don't understand. When you try to see this side of Chinese people, the way they know more American politics, they know it better, even more than Americans. These people, they are aware of each and everything happening in America. After I came across this particular video, I was really surprised to see how they check on each and every time, each and every day of the situation in America. Imagine that they are trying to explain American politics. They are trying to give advice. They are trying to give the solution of what to do to stop all these mass shootings in America. Because according to these China people, they can't understand why America is a great nation they always respect, but they can't handle this mass shooting. There is violence here and there, and yet they claim to be good, they claim to be great. This is what is really happening. After I came across this particular video, I think this passing of Charlie Kirk, it's an example of the whole world that people need to be very careful of whatever you say. I've heard them try to repeat the Charlie Kirk speech, the way he was always there to support gun violence in a way people couldn't even understand, but it doesn't mean it was the right move to unalive him this way. I think this time around, after this incident happened, a lot of people are confused, a lot of people are getting discouraged. Even in America, some people started to say we are no longer safe. If you are talking about something which is opposite to other people, you need to know that your life is at stake, your life is at risk. Now you see what we've been talking about? We always try to tell people, please, 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 no matter how you think you have different beliefs, you need to take care of yourself. You need to protect yourself. You need to be aware that no one is always will be there to like you. This is what is really happening. But when you try to see how these things, they are trying to make it like to escalate it, they are trying to twist it in another way. No, people should stop all these things. People should know that what happened has happened. They need to give their family the time to keep mourning, to keep grieving for this young man. You have seen he left one wife, two babies. This is something really bad. This is something really emotional. This is something we didn't even expect to see. In America right now, we are used to see people having a freedom of speech, freedom of doing whatever they want. We have never seen something like this happen on young generation like this. Guys, let me know what you think about today's episode. Do you think this Chinese, whatever they are trying to say, they are true? Do you think did you ever think that the Chinese people, they know more better about American politics? Thank you for watching. See you in my next episode. Bye.